Welcome to TRADEREP. This is Short Hammer. It is the 24th of July, 2019, and we're taking a look at Microsoft. Now, Microsoft had great earnings, and we see from this run-up that this push after earnings, that the earnings were really good. But after that, we just sold off, and there have been numerous upgrades, and everyone's kind of waiting for Microsoft to go on this epic run. But it just seems that it's a lot of starts and stops. This push up here, we can't get above the 139.47s. And these pink lines are my supply demand lines. I have not done supply demand zones this high on Microsoft because I just really haven't needed them. And it tends to hover around these supply demand lines. So what I'll be watching for today is a pull below the 138.78 and a potential retrace to 137.80s. I want to see, based on the news report that came out after the close, that the Department of Justice has this broad antitrust investigation into tech firms, to see which companies are going to be sort of snagged up in that. Microsoft has been through this before and they won, I believe. So I just want to see which companies are sort of directly involved in this. Is it just Facebook, Amazon, and Google, or does this also involve Microsoft? Is this more of an ad platform situation? Does this involve Apple also? So we have to see who specifically they're going after. They may name a few, but who are they really going after? Who's the main culprits, I'll say. But I'll be watching Microsoft around these supply demand lines. And if we draw down to this 137.80, I'll look for buyers to step in. If we roll through, I'll probably be looking for a short position down to this next supply demand line. But I'll wait till the open to see how the buyers are reacting, whether they're more bearish or if they're still bullish and feel there's more value to the upside. I believe Microsoft has more value to the upside. But I'm going to wait for, if it happens, a better entry to grab a further dated option. So I'm waiting for a little bit more downside potentially based on the current news on Microsoft while I'm waiting for a long position. So we'll see how this shakes out. But initially I'll be watching these supply demand lines and seeing if we continue to sell or if we continue to pull to the downside here intraday, and see how far we can potentially go. And the buyers may say, no, this is a great value, and maybe Microsoft goes nowhere. Maybe it just stays here. We still have earnings coming from Amazon and Facebook and Google, so there's still a lot of earnings that are going to come out that may actually end up being great, that may counter the negative catalyst of the Department of Justice investigation. Maybe buyers see more value to the upside. So we have to wait for those earnings to come out to see the reaction. Also, there's still the China trade news of the U.S. delegation heading to China for face-to-face negotiations in the upcoming week. So there's a lot of potential catalysts, including at the end of the month, the rate cut decision. So there are quite a few catalysts that are floating out there that are overriding the great earnings of Microsoft. But what you want to do is make note of all the companies that have amazing earnings and get upgrades, but that they're selling off. Make a note of those companies and just wait for a great entry, because eventually after this turbulence passes, the investors are going to buy these back up.